Here's a hot take that is a little advanced, but I still want to share it. Here's the thing. There's a correlation between how you were raised and taught about money and how it's showing up in your love life. Even if now you're financially successful, let me share what's happening. Most of my clients are financially successful, and they come to me not saying like, "Oh, Marlena, my money issues are blocking my love life." But what they are saying is, "I don't know why this keeps happening, right? I don't know. I'm doing everything right, but nothing sticks. I meet men, but it never turns into anything, right? Meet people and then they ghost me, right?" But here's the thing I've noticed a lot of times is that if their money message when they were younger was like, "Hey, you need to wait for later. Don't ask so others can have. There's not enough. Be grateful for what you have," right? Someone else has it worse than you, right? What they were really taught was scarcity is normal. Your needs can wait, right? Asking is selfish. Receiving more takes from someone else, and wanting too much should come with guilt. Now, let's talk about how this plays out in their love life now. Even if they are financially stable, they accept men who give them emotional crumbs, right? And they're like, "Oh, I'm just being understanding," right? They overgive so they don't feel like a burden to the guy. So if they meet a guy and he's always taking them out for dinner, he's always showing up, whatever, sometimes they feel like they have to give back to this person, right? And then they struggle to ask for anything, they struggle to receive without feeling guilty. And deep down, they're thinking and fearing that marriage is actually too much, right? Me asking for marriage, me asking for commitment, me asking for exclusivity is just like too much, right? And here's the thing, that's learned lack. And even though it was probably taught in other ways, like your money, it is now showing up in your romantic relationships, even if you're doing well financially, right? It also shows up as like you being low maintenance, you trying not to rock the boat, avoiding conflict, right? Being grateful for whatever, overly grateful, right? For whatever he offers, right? And then you're convincing yourself that you're asking for too much anytime you set a standard or start asking or desiring something. And what happens, you start meeting men who give you even less than what you think you deserve. And you start believing that love will never happen for you unless you settle. And you would rather be alone, most of you, than to settle for less than what you really want. And you start blaming the man, you start blaming yourself. But the real truth is, it's the message you were taught when you were younger, and a lot of times around money. I know this is a little advanced, but hang with me. And actually, what happens is even though you're doing well financially because you've worked hard or got opportunities, right? You're smart, you're brilliant, right? And opportunities have come and you've learned to save your money. That message still plays in the background, but is playing now in your love life. And the thing of it is, the reason you don't have your person, the reason you're not feeling confident in love is not the dating apps, is not your profile, is not that there are no men who would love you the way you are, right? But it's the hidden messages that are causing you to show up and lack in your love life and shape you in some shape, form, or fashion, even if that message had nothing to do with love growing up, right? And this is exactly why my clients hire me. They to help them prepare for marriage and meet their future husbands and find these kind of hidden barriers to them meeting their husband, right? Or even worse, never getting married or marrying the wrong person, right? Because these things will show up in your relationship, either blocking you or having you marry the wrong person. So if you're wanting to date differently in 2026 and actually be prepared to meet your husband next year, I want you to DM me wifey to apply for my private mentorship, because these are the things that you just won't uncover on your own without having me as your coach, really knowing how things are interconnected. And when I see patterns, I'm able to find it exactly what's happening. A lot of time it has nothing to do with love and relationships. Sometimes it can be some different, just like in this, your money message is now showing up in love. Anyway, DM me wifey and let's talk about how my mentorship can help you meet your husband next year.